I am couching this piece of, what is this? This is the ribbon cord. Is it the ribbon cord? No, it's this, from Steph Francis. It is, I'll put a link for it down below, but it's this kind of wound cord, and I took a bit of it, I put it on my design wall, and I just made some shapes, and I just kind of pinned them loosely, and I'm now going with this. It's a metallic. Yeah, I can never find anything when I want it. It's this, which is a metallic thread. And I'll have to look up where I got this, and I'll put the link below as well. And I'm just going ahead and couching it. Pretty, nothing fancy here. So I decided to do a series of running stitches along each of these stripes, and I did the same up here. So this one's finished, and I like the way that's looking. I don't know if I'm going to do something along the edge. I'm not sure that I will. I think I may just leave it, and I'm just going to keep going a little bit here. I just posted the last of the final video of our African adventure trip, of which this is inspired by. If you want to follow along on that, on those videos, you can go to the playlist I made. I'll put the link will be in the upper right corner of this video. So it'll be right up there. And you can just click on that and it'll take you right to the playlist, and you can watch them if you feel like it. I like to do 3 rows. That's what I'm doing here. 3 rows running along. I'm not really worrying about the spacing or how even it is or any of that. When I do this one, I will do it and stop here and then continue here. So I'll sort of act as though this is, like a lattice, one going over the other. Sometimes this happens where, especially with applied a thread like this, which is why I prefer working with pearl cotton instead of the plied, like the DMC, only because I wouldn't separate those plies, and I do find they cause other problems. So I tend to avoid them, but this is Treeway Spring Green Harmony. Yeah, 6-strand embroidery floss. I tend to avoid the embroidery flosses just because of this kind of thing. Also, I find like they can get, I don't know, they seem to knot up on me a little bit more. And now, this would be a perfect time to break out my sashiko needles, which I may do after I run out of thread on this one. There we go. I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to do this, and then I'll do this and this one and this one. And I'll do this one. I'm not sure about these. I think I'm going to do something else because these are sort of kind of a different idea. But I'll see what I think about this once I get to it. So I've got this up on my design wall, and I'm playing around with the shapes. So I've got this sort of over here. I added a strip here because it wasn't evening out. My original plan was that I was going to cut off a whole bottom area, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that now. So I've added this shape, I'm adding this shape, I've added this one up here that goes with that couching that I did. And then as far as sort of up close, you can see my running stitches here. As I said, I'm not sure I'm going to do that here, but I might. It might be kind of fun to just continue that idea all through here. I did it here. But I'm going to add, I think, these pieces. Yeah, they're not all the same, although they're similar in sort of scope as far as shape goes. It would have been nice to have them a little bit less. This one I'll needle turn under, so it's quite a bit smaller. But I think someone had said they look like slices of pepperoni. Maybe. And maybe what I need to do is get some other color in there so to make it not look like a pepperoni pizza, because that's definitely not the look I'm looking for. But I'll see what I think. I might also cut some out so it's, I'm going to play with it, but I am going to start needle turning this under. That's the next step. Then after I do that, I think I'm going to go ahead and start doing something here, whether it's doing those running stitches through the green parts or not. I did do it here as well, so perhaps just to make it all of a piece, it would be good to add that as well. I've got this very obvious seam here, which I'll deal with. as well. Yeah, so that's where things are standing right now. I went ahead and needle turned this under this shape, and then I cut a little hole, as I had discussed before that I might do that. And then I decided to do a back stitch, and I'm using the Thread Gatherer's Sheep Silk. I think that's what it's called, Sheep's Ruby Red, which is like an 8-weight, and with a 24 chenille, and I did a back stitch just where the on this fabric, this linen. This is one of Pat Polly's. Well, it's all Pat Polly. It looked like this, right? And what I did was I cut it here, and then adhered it so that I had the solid stripe, right? It would have been a circle shape, and stitched that down right next to this couched thread from Steph Francis. Then I back stitched around where the color changes, and then I wanted this to be a raw edge and kind of fringe, so I took a needle, and I just, because it's cut on a diagonal, I just have been taking a needle and pulling these threads so that I'm getting this kind of fringe effect, and then cutting, and then I'm cutting the long bits that stick out, because once you pull it, right, because it's not on the grain, so those kind of stick out. So then I'm cutting this to mimic that edge, this, and I'll do the same here. I'm just finishing my back stitch here, and I kind of like the way this is looking. So that's it. I had this thought that I was going to stuff this, which could have been kind of cool too, like put some stuffing in it, but I didn't, so it's flat, and that's okay. I can do it the next time. And then I've got this kind of fringe happening, and as I said, I'll do the same here, and then I'll start working on the next little shape. But I think that's nice what's happening here. I'm liking that. I'm doing another shape that I'm needle turn appliquing down right here, and I attached a seam here. I just did a little hand stitch seam because I wanted it to come like this and then go down, and then this is my final shape here. I did another small shape here, which I went ahead and did that back stitch like I did on the other one again. I haven't decided whether I'm going to cut this out or maybe stuff it or stuff this. If I do, I can just cut the material in the back and shove some stuffing in and then close it up. I'm going to wait to do anything like that until I've finished doing this one, and then I'm going to hang it back up on my design wall and take another look and see what I think. I really like how this one came out with this couched cord along the edge and this kind of frayed. I'm liking that a lot. But again, I want to see what it looks like once I finish doing this needle turn applique here. And I cannot tell you how much I regret not buying this mud cloth, bark cloth that I had an opportunity to purchase when I was in Africa. It was a big, big, long piece, and it was really beautiful. And I just thought, I just don't have that much room in my suitcase. but I think I could have squeezed it in, and I just am kicking myself now that I didn't purchase it. Just saying. You know, I didn't buy much when we were there. I really almost bought nothing, actually. I bought a couple of things. But just because our weight limit was so strict that I just didn't see how I was going to be able to do it. But I wish I had. Oh well, I'll just have to go back. There's an African guy here in the city who sells bark cloth, and I may go try to find him and see if I can get some from him. I'm sure it'll be much more expensive than what I would have paid had I bought it in Africa, but there it goes. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, so this is giving you a better view of the piece as it is right now up on the design wall. I'll back away. I pinned it kind of askew, so, you know, that's okay. But let me move this lamp. So there's the whole piece. And I'm thinking that I like that. I like this. It kind of broke up the similarity and sort of size. It makes it look a little different, which I like. And yeah, I'm going to keep going with this. Not sure what I'm going to do now, but I'm going to keep going. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope this was, helpful and enjoyable to see the process as it unfolds. And I'll keep posting photos as I keep working on this.